So this information got posted yesterday. I posted my community tab, but I was waiting to make a video until we got some more information about this. Hayden Hurst, the old Cincinnati Bengals tight end, who now is on the Carolina Panthers, has been diagnosed with post-traumatic amnesia by an independent neurologist as a result of his hit he took in Chicago on November 9th. Slow recovery, don't know when he'll be back. Prayers appreciated. Now, this was posted by Jerry Hurst, his father. And obviously, when I found out about it yesterday, I posted my community tab. And it's a scary situation, right? Because we always talk about in the NFL with CTE, with concussions. You never know what's going to happen. The brain is one thing in the human body that if it's damaged or any way there's a problem with it, there's sometimes no recovery. There's no coming back from it. You know, if you lose part of your brain is destroyed. You as a person is destroyed. You become a vegetable. So when I heard about this, I was like, okay, I want to post my community tab so we can, get the prayers out there. But I'm going to wait until I get an actual update from maybe Hayden Hurst or something about the situation before we make a video so we can get maybe a happy ending or some kind of, thing moving forward, right? And we got the update. We got the update coming exactly from Hayden Hurst himself. And what he said is, I appreciate everyone reaching out and checking on me. I suffered a pretty nasty concussion against the Bears a few weeks ago. Don't remember up to 4 hours after the game. Scary situation, but the Panthers have been incredible walking me through this process. So now he officially knows it is a nasty concussion. Obviously before it was kind of rumored to be that. But now we know it's a nasty concussion and that he is going through a process of trying to, recover from this. And to be honest, I mean, if they put him out there at all anymore this year, that would be disgusting. Because at this point, he should have the rest of the year off. Recover, get better. And the thing that sucks about concussions, and are the scariest things possible. I know we saw Tua go through all the concussion injuries and problems for who knows how long. Is that concussions only get worse as you sustain more of them. So the more concussion you get, the worse it gets. And concussions, they're not like something that can last a couple. They can last a couple of days. Or they could last months, or they could last years. There's no real timetables on concussions. And also, the severity of concussions are really what's scary. And as he says right here, a pretty nasty concussion means this is not like a simple little concussion. This is a pretty bad one. And this could last up to his whole entire life. Like, this could be the last time Hayden Hurst plays football. And I know that might sound like, oh, come on, man, you're overhyping that. Not overhyping that, but you're over-exaggerating that. Come on. Like, no, there's no way. Yes, there is that way. Especially, again, keep in mind, Tua, he was getting those concussions. There was rumors he would not play this year. There was rumors he would retire last offseason. Even though how young he is. And obviously, Hayden Hurst is older than Tua. But there was rumors Tua would retire when he was one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Because his concussions, I mean, at the end of the day, right? Players leave the NFL. And I know Urschel, I think it's Urschel, the Baltimore Ravens. He stopped being a right guard for the Ravens. And he actually joined medical science because he wanted to study concussions and CTE and all that kind of stuff. And what he found is, most players that leave football have some form of CTE. And we have seen some very upsetting, awful situations in the past where CTE has really, ruined people's lives. I mean, we had a player take his own life because of CTE. We had a player who committed, a very awful act because of CTE and then took his own life. So again, like I said, there are situations where, yes, while football is great and we love football and we, cherish football, these players are still human at the end of the day. And their life outside of football, they still have 50, 60, hopefully 70 years life after they leave this game. So, I honestly will say right now, if I think Hayden Hurst should retire. I think he should. I think he should retire. In his career, I mean, let's see how much, and again, it's not about money, but I do want to see this real fast. How much money has Hayden Hurst made in his career? Let me go to sponsor tool. Let me go to career earnings. Hayden Hurst in his career has made $36 million. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say that he's spent all that money perfectly and he's a angel when it comes to that. But especially after that nasty concussion, he's 30 years old. Hayden, just retire, please, man. For us, please retire. We'd love to have you back here in Cincinnati, man, but when you now look at your life and what your life could be or could not be depending on that, and actually 21 million. He made 21.9 million. Because this has yet to be paid out. But 21.9 million. With when you look at how precious life is, and especially again your brain injuries literally could ruin your life. I think this might be a wake up call. You have 21.9 million. You played on some very successful teams. We love you here in Cincinnati. You will forever be a hero to us. Man, just please, for you, for your family, for everyone, I think you need to hang up the cleats because this concussion is not a normal concussion, guys. This is as he said, very nasty concussion. This could impact him for the rest of his life. And if that's the case, he needs to just go ahead and call it quits. And I think at 30 years old, that's not really that crazy. Most tight ends do not last past that period anyway. So with that being said, I'm happy we got an update that he is, going through a process and hopefully recovering. But if he said I can't remember up to 4 hours after that game, this is why CTE/concussion/head injuries are so scary. Because not only, again, are you risking the potential here of, being hurt in the short term, you're risking a potential of your life being altered or affected or, again, losing your life just because of the fact of, a concussion that, with a game that, in all honesty, I mean, I'm not trying to be that guy, but he has made, generational wealth money, 21.9 million. He's made generational wealth. I think he should walk away from the game. I think that's my personal opinion. And, Tua obviously had his injuries, and I wasn't as vocal about him walking away from the game, but I feel like this injury is worse. Based on what I've heard from him, his dad, and every single other source I've heard, this is not a simple concussion. This is a very bad concussion. So that's just my personal opinion. Again, like I said, I know at the end of the day, we'll see how this ends up working out. And, Hayden Hurst is a fighter, man. He wants to come back. He wants to play. If you follow him and his story that he went through at South Carolina, I can't talk about it because of YouTube terms of service, but go look it up. He went through some very bad situations. And we're talking about like mental health situations. And so it's really sad, and we're thankful and blessed to have him here today with us because there was probably chances that we wouldn't be able to ever know about Hayden Hurst. So the fact that we're blessed to have him, I think he needs to do what's best for him, and he needs to call it quits, recover from this concussion, take as much time as he needs, and just fully get back to 100% himself. And enjoy the rest of his life, enjoy his family, and live the best Hayden Hurst life he can possibly live. That's my personal opinion. I'll see you guys in the next one.